Hi, so today we're going to work on two different versions of chasing kicks, and they start from fast kick. So we're going to start with two different fast kicks, and then we're going to lead into two different chasing kicks. One is a cheat double kick, one is a fast kick into roundhouse kick. And we are going to then work on strength building exercises so that you have a little bit more power when you switch from one to the other. So let's start off with our leg lifts or leg swings. This is going to be our warm-up. We'll do 10 on each side. Make sure you swing up high to get your hamstring and come backwards to get your hip flexor. Bam and bam. Good, same thing on the other side. Forward and backwards. Good. Now same thing on the other side. For the other dimensions, lateral, side to side, getting our hip warm, getting our groin, the inside part of your leg, and your hip adductor, the outside part of your butt. Getting those warmed up. It's really important that we warm up our bodies before we start doing exercises so we can prevent injuries and, working our range of motion. And these leg swings are a way for me to do a full range of motion without actually, with less chance of injury because it's just one direction. Kicking is many directions. So the techniques that we're going to learn today or we're going to work on today is the off the line fast kick, the fast kick chasing into roundhouse kick, and then finally the cheat double kick. So to do that, we're going to work on first 3 footworks, okay? And then we're going to practice the technique. So the first footwork is the hop step. I'm going to hop my back foot to where my front foot is, bringing my hips up and leaning my body back so that I can return to my start position. So it looks like here and back. My hands are in my guard, my hips come up, and you see my body tilts. This is so that I can get back. All right, this footwork, do that 10 times each side. Next footwork, so here, 10 times each side. Next footwork is the hop landing forward. In this, I keep my body upright. I'm gonna bring my hips forward. I'm not gonna lift them so much. That way I can land forward. I wanna be able to take my front foot and land forward quickly. So if I go to the other side, up and down. Okay, so that's the footwork to throw the fast kick and land down. Again here, up and down. Do that 10 times on each side, up and down. Next from there, we're gonna throw the hop, switch foot work, okay? I'm gonna hop my back foot to where my front foot is. Now this front foot here is gonna hop and switch where my back foot is. So I'm gonna switch my feet position. So again, coming into the camera, hop and switch. Just change this angle a little bit. Boom, so you can see my feet more. So if I'm here, I'm gonna hop and switch my feet. Okay, so I'm coming here, hop and switch. Good, try that hop switch, both sides 10 times. So bop, 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 bop. That's one, you can string them together. And that is for us to practice our cheat double kick, where I throw my fast kick, and then I switch and come down. Okay, so practice that footwork on your own. Now, let's talk a little bit about the kicks and the kicking combinations that you're gonna practice. So the first we're gonna do is just the off the line fast kick. So we're here, we're in our guard, facing our opponent, and we throw the kick and come back, okay? Hips come up, body leans backwards. This is good against an opponent that's staying relatively immobile and you want to test the distance. Best to use early in a match. Bop and back. Okay, just be worried about strong back kick counters, but at a young enough level you don't have to worry about that too much. Now, next is the first chasing technique where we throw the fast kick, step down, roundhouse kick. Now remember the footwork for this where we hop, land, and then we can immediately throw the next kick. So the key here is after you throw the kick, bring your foot down, and then throw the roundhouse kick. Do that 5 to 10 times on each side. And then now we're gonna work on the cheat double kick, which is the meat of today's lesson. So the first thing, again, after I hop, I'm gonna switch my hips. My hip position goes from here, my left hip is up, to then here, my right hip is up, okay? Now to help you switch from here to here, and keep your balance, I can swing my arms and my hips in opposite directions. The next thing to note is when you throw a cheat double kick, instead of kicking with your leg at a parallel to the floor angle, which allows me to extend my hips long and really reach my fast kick. On a double kick, which is used to, like at a certain point, if you throw one kick at someone, they're probably gonna block it. So the cheat double kick is an easy way to throw 2 kicks pretty quickly, but it's not technically a double kick, which you use the power of hitting someone in the stomach to then push off and then switch your hip over and hit the other person. A cheat double kick is where something you can practice by yourself at home, where you throw the kick, my leg angle, my shin's at the slanted T, and then I switch my hip and I throw that other side. So I go ba ba, right? So to practice that, I'm going to throw a fast kick, return to my original chamber position, right? And then I'm going to switch my feet. So there are ways to practice this. Step 1, just throw the fast kick, make sure you return your kick into chamber and then switch your hip position, right? So we throw fast kick and switch. All right, you could do that 5 times on each side. So the other side goes fast kick and switch. Now, after you can do that pretty comfortably, you can level up to the next stage where we throw the fast kick and switch into another roundhouse kick. Really focus on having the balance after your fast kick here, before you switch here. That way you have balance along the entire process. What you don't want to do, you don't want to have no balance here and then try to force the second kick. No, make sure you have balance when you practice it. It's really important that when you practice this, you take your time and you do it right the first, like you do the right thing each time. I'd rather you do like 5 slow reps where you're doing it correctly and you're not rushing than it is to do 10, 20 reps and doing it fast and feeling awesome, but not actually doing the technique right. You're gonna regret that, because then your body's gonna learn, and your mind doesn't really know what it's doing, and your body's just gonna learn these bad habits. Don't do that. Don't fill your cup of knowledge with soda, okay? Pour that out. Take your time, fill it with some nice water, okay? So take your time. Throw the fast kick. Do I have balance? Yes. Okay, good. Switch. Okay, that works. I feel comfortable now. Fast kick. I have balance. Switch with the kick. Good. Oh, I've done that so many times. I've done this practice, this homework video like 2 or 3 times. Fast kick. Switch. Speed it up a little bit. Your body's starting to learn. Bam. Bam. Can I do the other side? Bam. Bam. Oh, okay. It feels pretty good. Ba ba. Once you can do this slow and then slightly faster, everything else gets easy. But if you practice this the first few times, like, without thinking about it first, you're gonna develop bad habits, and that's gonna take you longer to go back, unlearn, and then relearn again. Just really take your time when you're learning something new to just go slow, learn it right, and it's not a competition how long it takes someone to learn something. Everyone learns at different rates. As long as you keep trying and you don't give up, and you really focus your mind, you can do it. And then your body will learn, and you'll get good. And you just practice. It's just practice, okay? So after you've done that, we're gonna move on to exercises, and those will help strengthen your body. Awesome. So we're gonna start off with these exercises for to strengthen your core and your legs, hip flexors and your hips. Starting with the bicycle. So I'm here, laying flat on my back, hands behind my head, okay? And I'm going to opposite elbow brought to my opposite knee. So I'm gonna touch while I turn my body. We're gonna do these nice and slow. It's a lot harder to do them slow. It's much better to do them slow and do the full range of motion. Right, so we're gonna try to get 10. Every time I touch my knee twice, like boom, boom, that's 1. Boom, boom, that's 2. Maybe you can only do 3 or 4. Maybe you can do 5, maybe you can do 10. Try to get 5 or 10 if you can. Then after you get 5 or 10, speed it up. Bump, 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 bump. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Very good. Now, that works out our core. We want to work out our hip flexors. We want to work out our lower abdominals to lift our legs up with power. So now my hands are here. I'm going to flex my core so that my spine touches the mat or the ground. And you're going to lift your legs up all the way down. Try not to touch your heels to the floor. Keep your core tight. While you do this, try not to lift your legs up past your hips, because then your coccyx, your tailbone lifts off the ground, and you're no longer engaging your core. So we just go all the way down, all the way up. Let's try to get 10. Get 10. You can keep your upper body, your shoulders off the ground if you want to work your upper core at the same time. Or you can keep your head back while you do these. That's fine too. Good, that's 10. The next exercise is called a bird dog. So bird dog is opposite arm, opposite leg. It's a stability core exercise. So it's like here, hands and knees. This is my opposite arm, opposite leg. So it looks like this. I'm just gonna hold. Try to keep your hips level and silent. If this is too easy, right? So we go, and 1. Maybe you can go for 5. If you want an extra challenge, you can go for 10. If you want an even harder challenge, you can do what's called a bird dog crunch. So I go out, then I'm gonna come in, touch my knee to my elbow, out again, down, out, in, out. That's 1. Try to get 5 if you're gonna do the bird dog crunch. 10 is a lot. If you can get 10, good for you. I'd rather have you do more of these workouts on a daily basis and do less reps so that you can think about it more than once than to do it one day doing a bunch of reps and then kind of forgetting about it, okay? I'd rather you do it on a daily basis, a little bit that's comfortable, than doing it like every day or then doing it once and then checking that box and being done. Then next up, final exercise is split squats. So what we're gonna do is my knee, my upper body is level. So you see how it's in a straight line? I'm gonna drop my knee and I'm gonna switch. And switch, 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 switch. Okay, so we're gonna see if we can get 10 together. 3, 4, 5, 6, you're gonna feel this in your quads. 7, as you hop off, weights on your front foot. 8, 9, arms switching. And 10, very good. So again, please make sure you try to do this homework nice and slow. Take your time. If you don't know what you're doing, please message and ask. I'd be happy to help. I'll see you at the next practice. Keep working. Very proud of you.